Born and bred in Tuscaloosa, not raised in Baton Rouge. Didn't ride no wagon train to Norman or to Boone. They said I'd never make it, just a name they overlook. Now I'm burning up their game plans and ripping up their books. No 5-star shine, no silver spoon. I came up grinding on a Friday night moves. Now they feel me coming like a 4th-down blitz. Got 'em talking sideways, throwing fits. But I must admit, I can't quit. 'Cause I'm the outlaw of college football. Ain't no stripes can hold me back. I don't need their legacy or no booster money stack. I don't bow to no tradition. Ain't no handshake deals I need. I just play for pride, for fire, and the will to make 'em bleed.
Woo! I don't know how long you want me to play that. I sort of different times, man, but I don't know if y'all want me to play a longer version of that or just a short version. But anyway, that's a short version. It might be the last time y'all hear that song for a while because StreamYard's the prices are getting so high. I had to let it go for the time being. Unless, of course, y'all donate a bunch of money to the JPC 316 on Venmo or the money $ JPC 316 on Cash App, then maybe we can keep the StreamYard and the songs and the little trinkets like the one that Killer Breeze loves the most above his head there, the Lincoln Riley unicorn. Yeah, point the other way.
No, it's not. It looks right on mine. That looks better?
Yeah, that looks right on mine.
Oh, really? When I look at my screen, that's pointing right at him. All right.
See, who was the kid? You was actually the first batter up, jackass.
You didn't tell me you're gonna hit me.
I'm trying to. Let's see here.
Who's winning? I know it's 34-3 now. We're going ahead and decide to do this early. I've invited Numbskull News to be in here tonight. He's our TCU guy. Actually, he's more of a Big 12 guy. He don't really admit to being TCU fan until you press him about it. TCU guy.
Let me turn this down. There we
I
go.
can hear something in the background on your end.
Yeah, that was. I turned it down.
Okay. We got Lane Griggs in the house. I haven't seen your name in here before, but he says, "Roll down Tide, my man." Yep, roll Tide, man. It's about damn time we beat Oklahoma. They done beat us the last 2 times. Can't beat them in the regular season, but we beat them in the playoffs. I guess that's the way it is right now between Alabama and Oklahoma. But
say that again. I'm sorry. Say that again.
I said that Alabama can't beat them in the regular season, but they can't beat Alabama in the playoffs.
Well, I'll trade you, man. I will trade you.
I'll take the playoffs.
Yeah, I kind of figured you would.
And a lot of Oklahoma fans were complaining about the fact that, they've lost 5 now. They've lost 5 straight playoff games and never won one before. And Killer Breeze was trying to convince me that they got it worse than we do. And I tried to explain to him, look, man, we might not have went 0 for 5 in the playoffs, but we've had some pretty bad years back in the early part of the BCS.
Well, the thing is, it is a valid point. There's been a lot of winning, just not the winning that counts, and it's frustrating for sure. I mean, look, at the end of the day, here's the deal, and this is, you can't get around this. Not all of these Texas fans that are talking all this smack, which first of all I find funny because it just goes to show you that they, just like the USC people, if you notice, JPC, they always like to talk about how we're obsessed with them, but who do you notice that is always doing the talking? You know what I mean? Like, that's the funny thing. Then we respond to it, and then all of a sudden we're the ones that are obsessed. But whatever.
Well, it's just like USC or Notre Dame. Notre Dame, when I get into it with Notre Dame fans, they'll be like, we live rent-free in your head. No, you don't. You ain't won a national title since 1988. You don't live rent-free in anybody's head, to be quite honest with you. I mean, because we've owned you the last couple of times. That's the projection. You're actually one that is having Alabama and Oklahoma teams like that live rent-free in your head.
Yeah. The reality is Vegas had this team at 6.5 wins, the total, at 6.5 wins. They went 10-2. They got into the playoff. By every measure, particularly with the schedule that they had, this was a big step forward for BV and the right trajectory. But it does also mean that next year you got to do better. Otherwise, this year really doesn't mean much. If it's all leading to the right end, then good. The years that show advancement, those are good years at the end of the day. But if this is just setting us up for another, regression like we had last time when we went 10-2 in the regular season, then then we're gonna have a different situation on our hands. But it was a good season. I'm glad. I just hope Alabama whips Indiana's ass, which is what I think is going to happen, and hopefully that gives Alabama the kick in their step that they needed, the pep in their step that they needed to make a run.
Just talking here today, man. I wish I should have kept the clip. He was talking that shit about. The Alabama-Oklahoma game was just a sacrificial round for Indiana, and there's no way that Alabama had even a modicum of a chance of beating Indiana at all. And I'm like, man, what's wrong with y'all? If you play like that against us, like you did against Oklahoma, I'm like, what are you talking about? I think we played a pretty good game. We're down by 17 and come back in a hostile environment. If y'all had to get in Oklahoma and do that shit, I guarantee you Indiana loses if they go to Norman.
I was just about to say, I thought anyone that wants to pretend like Oklahoma that defense didn't start off with their hair on fire, I don't know that Indiana can withstand what Oklahoma did in the beginning of that game. So give me a break. If anything, it proved that both of those teams, which everybody was saying shouldn't be in the playoff, I think it proved that both of those teams were clearly deserving of being in the playoff. And I like I said, I expect Alabama to beat Indiana, and I hope they beat their ass.
I sent it to your email, the one that you gave me a while back, man. Unless you changed your email, I don't know what to tell you, brother. There they are. They're both popping up at the same time, feeling look like damn Brady Bunch up in this bitch. Speaking of which, there he is. There's the one they call the Big 12 apologist.
And a proud TCU fan, sir.
And the best damn Van Halen cover band of all time. Next Halen is Johnny John. So we got Alabama, Oklahoma, and TCU up in here. We got a little variety.
We got a good little mix.
Has Oklahoma won a playoff game yet?
They have not.
They haven't won.
TCU did.
They have not.
What the hell's wrong with y'all?
On that one. Oklahoma, dude, we've been, at this point, I guess I shouldn't be disappointed or shocked. I mean, we've been Oklahoma for 24 years straight. If it's a BCS game or a college football playoff game, bet against Oklahoma. And I've been watching us, for 24 years, I've been watching us choke up games and fucking, whether it's choking or losing, whatever, dude. I've been watching us do it for 24 years, but I've never watched us choke one at home with a really good crowd behind us, with 50 Cent singing the, song and having the OU Hard to Kill shirt on and still do it. The Lou Groza Award winner missed 2 field goals. I mean, get outscored 34-7 to finish the game. It was wild, man. We figure out new ways to lose playoff games. And yesterday was a different one. It was a new one, but it was the same thing I've been watching for 24 years. And yeah, it's disappointing, man.
They have not been the same since they rolled into that Big 12 championship in 2003, undefeated, and they got their ass kicked by Kansas State. And ever since then, they have just never been the same in the postseason, at least not when it counts. You got 5 playoff games and 3 national championship games that they've lost. And I mean, shit, man, like at the end of the day, yeah, it counts that you got there, but fucking continuing to get there and losing is just, it's just so frustrating. I don't even know what to say about it anymore. The only good thing is that it really doesn't Like the pain isn't nearly as bad as it used to be.
As an outsider looking in on the school, what's your take on all this with the playoffs and whatnot?
Well, if you're an Oklahoma fan, you could take solace that you're not an Aggie fan right now. Because that bullshit, 3 points.
Yeah.
3 points against the mighty Hurricanes defense. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm sorry. Oklahoma looked a lot better. Y'all may have shit the game away late, but y'all were in it and you scored points. You had a 17-point lead. You look like you belong there.
Yeah.
The Aggies look like some moribund franchise. They look shocked that they even got into the playoffs.
Have you ever looked at A&M's schedule? It's surprisingly weak. It's like you wouldn't even think that being in the SEC it could be that bad, but when you look at it, you just like, wow. I mean, it's not good, man. It's really not good. So, they were overrated. Clearly, they were overrated. And they embarrassed themselves. They embarrassed the SEC. They certainly are not going to put an end to all that SEC is overrated talk. I mean, that's only going to stoke that fire even hotter. And and you can't. And again, man, it's just like anyone that wants to say Choklahoma, like what am I going to say to that? We've earned that. I mean, until they do something different on the field, that's kind of what it is. I mean, shit.
Well, now, Texas fans can shut the hell up. They didn't even get there.
Yeah, well, you know how that is, man. Those guys, they're funny. You got to give it to them. They're funny. But they will always be legends in their own minds. They do not understand the concept that nobody else sees it that way. They really think you're crazy when you say that to them, and that's never going to change.
Well, these two G5 schools that got in and the way they've played, they may have screwed the pooch for the G5 in the future. They're probably going to push them out. They had that one spot because they got 2 spots this year. You watch, they're going to have a knee-jerk reaction. And they're going to push the G5 out completely.
No, they'll have one spot.
Ole Miss slapped Tulane around like they're, redheaded stepchild, man. That was ugly.
It was 45-10, I think, the first time, and then I think they outgained them like 600 something yards to 200. And I was like, dude, I don't expect this second game to be a whole lot different. And of course, it was real similar. What was it, 42-10 this time, or 41-10, or whatever it was? It was almost the same game.
It is. Let's see.
But
It's a 31-point game.
I've been trying to make sense of it for the last 20 days of why they somehow we had to not only let one charity team in, it's not the best 12 teams, it's the best. It used to be the best 11, and then one charity team gets in, and this year it was the best ranked 10 teams and then 2 charity teams in. And I've been trying to make sense of it. And the only thing I can think of is on paper, it may have looked like a good idea where they said, hey, let's put our 5 best ranked conference champs in. We're going to have 12 spots. And then we'll put 7 other at-large bids in. And you'll basically have a playoff within a playoff with 5 different of the best ranked conferences champions winning. The problem is we don't have 5 good conferences. That's the problem. And so I don't know why in the hell they would ever agree to that. And everyone agreed to it. And they went with it. And I mean, the bad thing is, I guess they couldn't change the rule once it was already, at the end of the season. But I just can't believe we got to a spot I'm not an Alabama fan, or I'm not a Texas fan. I'm not a Notre Dame fan. I'm not a BYU or a Vanderbilt fan. But I would have liked to have seen any of those 4 teams playing against Ole Miss and Oregon. Any of those would have been more exciting. It sucks that it's the way it is right now.
Yeah, Notre Dame and Oregon would have been much better.
And imagine if we got to see Vanderbilt play or Texas play, or BYU even.
Yeah, even BYU would have been a better game.
Yeah, it would have been better. I mean, they may not have won, but it would have been better than this. And I know other people will come back with, well, but even Tennessee's had blowouts last year. And and I know my Sooners have gotten blown out against LSU. And I get it, dude. Even the big boys can get blown out. But it's not, there's way less of a chance of a big boy getting blown out like that than James Madison, dude. Way less. Sure, it can still happen. It's just, and people are at least going to tune in and wonder what's going to happen. But all four of us saw that coming. We all knew what was going to happen with that, dude. And everybody watching it knew too. I mean, it was crazy that we had to endure that. Thank God it was on nothing more than HBO Max and whatever. I had to pay extra money, and I was telling my wife while she was like, "Yeah, we'll have to pay extra on this." I thought we already pay extra for the ESPN deal. Yeah, you got to pay another extra. I'm like, for these two games? I'm like, screw it. There ain't nothing else to watch. Let's go ahead and pay the extra money to watch it. And yeah, dude, what a waste of money.
Yeah, man, you need to get the TV service I got, man. I pay like $25 a month. I get everything.
Really? Who do you go through?
Hit me up on the side.
But
you got that damn RV from?
It's legit, man. It's you'd be amazed what it's like. There's a weird thing that because it's streaming and not like direct from cable or satellite. It's not illegal. It sounds like it would be, but it's not. I get it from this guy that's been selling it for like 10 years out of Michigan. You basically put it on you buy either a Fire Stick or a NVIDIA Shield or something, and he just loads up the TV app. You use this app, TV Mate, and then he subscribes to one of these services and he loads it up. Technically, I could go do it myself, probably save even a little bit more.
Right.
But I'm not a computer guy, and I don't feel like going through all that shit. It's just so easy for me to just have him do it. I paid him $25 and
right.
Done.
Well, the 12-team playoff, it was conceived during the Power Five when you had the Pac-12 and USC's there, Oregon's there, and all that.
That's true.
But the reason you get two G6 schools in now, it's because right now you only have 3 good conferences. The ACC sucks nuts. I mean, when a 7-5 team, 8-5 team is your champ, screw you. I don't even think Miami should be in there in the first damn place. I know they won a playoff game. Congratulations, but you play in a horrible freaking conference. I'd rather have James Madison in there over freaking Miami.
Yeah.
That's just me. I mean, because that whole damn conference is a big shithole.
Well,
and the whole reason James Madison is in there in the first place is because they suck.
Right.
I get the fairness, component of what you're talking about. Like it does, and I can see how you can make the argument that they're more deserving, but they're just not. They're not gonna. I mean, just look what happens every time they get in. They don't. Then it's not competitive. It's not even close to competitive. And it makes sense that it wouldn't be competitive because, dude, their rosters are not going to stack up even to a Miami. There's no way. They're just not going to. They're not going to stack up to TCU. They're not going to stack up to the Big 12. Or, they're just not going to. So I'm not saying they can't. Anything can happen. You got to play the game. So I'm not saying that you're wrong.
That guy makes a good point. That guy makes a good point that we were talking about. Is I don't mind the G5 getting in, but they should have to be ranked in the top 12 like Boise State was back in the day.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Get rid of the auto bids for everybody.
I'm fine with that. I am not against a G5 team being in. Like if you want to have the top 16 teams get in and they're in the top 16, fucking great.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and that's the thing. If they don't agree, we're going to let the top 12 teams in. I mean, you remember that year UCF was like a top 10 team? Boise State's had years where they're a top 10. So it's like, dude.
Is that the year that they awarded themselves the national championship?
And Mickey Mouse national title. That's right.
They claimed the one. But it's like, if you're not a top 12 team, then tough shit, dude. You don't deserve to be in it anyway, man. And the whole deal this year, like, we let the top 10 ranked teams. People can argue who's the best 10, but we let the top 10 ranked teams in, and then we let 2 others that were in the 20s. That should never happen, dude. They need to just make it where it's the top 12, or if they make it 16, the top 16. And I don't care if it's a computer that ranks the 16 or whatever, but like, and whoever's number 17 can cry about not getting in or whatever. And if it's 12, whoever's number 13 can bitch and whine. But it's like, dude, if you're 13, you're probably not good enough to be 1, 2, or 3. So I would rather see guys like that crying, but it really does suck when it's supposed to be the 12 best teams in the system. We've rigged it up to where, like, one little weird thing is one thing, but then this year we get 2 of them in somehow. And like he said, you can blame the ACC for it, dude.
It's exactly right. It's ACC's fault.
Yeah, it's not their fault that they got in. That's the rules this year. Like, I'm like, I agree they shouldn't be in, but they got in. Like, that's fair and square. Like that.
Yeah, it's a technicality.
Yeah,
it is.
Fine. That's the. But
You watch, they'll find a way to fix that shit. They gonna
Oh yeah. That shit ain't gonna happen again. Fuck that. They ain't gonna let it happen again. Enjoy it. Enjoy the ass whooping this year, fellas. There's not another one coming for you. That's it. They're gonna close that loophole.
They shouldn't have the automatic qualifiers. Or just get rid of all of them. But they've already got some for Notre Dame. You know, they keep Notre Dame's ass gets to keep their AQs stay in place. In fact, they not only have an automatic qualifier for 12, but they're set up for, you know, to make it in, you know, in case it goes to 14 or 16, they'll be automatically in if they stay within a certain ranking. And, you know, so I would imagine they're going to keep one of the G5 automatic qualifiers in anyway. You know,
Yeah, they have to. Lawsuits.
Do they really? But do they really?
Yeah, because they'll get sued and the G5 will win. Antitrust.
But don't you think that what they really need to do is separate?
You can't separate.
Why don't you think?
Why can't they be a different division?
Yeah, they could come back with 1AA or some shit.
Yeah.
No, you have your own conference. You can make your own money, but you can't separate from the rest of college football. You'll just get sued, and then
You got
the
the
government will tell you
FCS.
to go fuck yourself.
You got the FCS. You got the FCS that's separated from us. They have
Who's
their
that?
own. The FCS.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm-
but
Montana. They're
they don't make
separated.
any money. They get paid in like
You
bread.
tell Montana State. You tell Montana State and Montana their tickets were going for $600 a pop for that game.
What?
Yeah.
Hope they enjoy the 12 people that showed
nosebleed
up.
sections for the Montana State game were higher than the Miami Texas A&M tickets. Ain't that some shit? It's because their stadium's so small and the tickets are so scarce.
They're
Oh,
higher
yeah.
than
1,000 feet.
Well,
wow.
that's crazy.
Imagine playing in Montana in December outdoors. I bet that was a sight.
Hey, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about? Okay, let's say they go to 16 teams, right?
It's coming.
What do you think about each Power 4 conference having 2 automatic qualifiers and then having play-in games instead of conference championship games? 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3 to get in.
I like the
No
play-in
committee,
concept.
fuck the committee, but do it that way.
I
And you
like
still
the
have
play-in.
7 at-larges.
I like the play-in concept, but I'm like Kill Breeze. I want the automatic bids to go away. period.
What would be the point of having 2 automatic qualifiers from every conference?
You make each Power 4 conference would make an ass ton more money than they do now. Plus, you have the 2 teams that make it in. They have to play to get in. It's not some committee choosing shit. It's you're earning it on the field.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I like
It's going to
that.
just be 3. I think that the ACC is going to go away. That's what I think. In 2030,
Haven't they already?
they're going to go away completely.
They're going to. I mean, FSU and Clemson are already out the door. UNC wants the hell out. Notre Dame says F you. they're kind of screwed.
Right.
FSU and Clemson, they're going to get the Arkansas treatment. They come over here. See, Oklahoma and Texas are a little different. They won multiple national titles when they come over here, so they weren't like the teams that we had in the past. They weren't going to be intimidated. But Florida State and Clemson won titles too, but not at the rate that Oklahoma and Texas have.
Didn't Clemson go 6-6 or some crap this year in the ACC of all places?
They're going to Pinstripe Bowl to play Penn State, the other flop. It should be called the Flop Bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I don't really know a perfect way to fix the whole deal. Like I think the only way to make it perfect is if you could make it to where the Big Ten and the SEC, they go get like some of the best schools of the Big 12 and some of the best schools of the ACC, and they make it where it's two big conferences. And then at the end of it, after they all play, maybe you break those two down into, like a east-west or whatever, north-south, however you want to break it down. And then you have the two best over here on this end of the Big Ten and the two best on that Big Ten after they've all played in the season. Whoever has the highest ranked or whatever, they play. You got 4 over here, and then you got 4 down here. Whoever's ranked the best after all that season. And then it turns into basically like how the NFL is, where you got the best of the conference, the best of this conference. Whoever's the winner, they play for the Super Bowl. Like, it would be nice if everything just got swept and settled on the field. But the way it is now, like what you were saying is a good idea if it was like in the early 2000s. All these conferences, like I would see, like Florida State would win a natty, and then like OU would win one, and then Ohio State would win one, and then LSU would win one, and then USC would win one, and it was kind of going back and forth where, scrambled, this one might win it, that conference might win it, this. But now it really, I don't know, man. I don't know if the Big Ten and the SEC would agree to just 2 teams from ACC, 2 teams from Big 12, 2 from SEC. It would be great if they were all even and they would all agree to it. It would be awesome if they were even and close to even and they would agree to it. It'd be really cool. But
with that model, I mean, you can easily see the SEC this year would have had 7 teams in at a 16-team format. And even with everyone getting 2 automatic qualifiers, because there's still 7 at large.
I see what you're saying, right? So if one conference did have 7 or 8 good teams that were in the top 15 that year, they wouldn't get screwed. They'd be able to get a good majority of their teams in it that year. Maybe they would agree to something like that if it was like that. I mean, maybe they would, but
Big Ten's wanting 4.
Yeah, Big Ten would have had 4 in it.
They want 4. They want 4 automatic qualifiers. They said they go the 16-team model. They want 4 teams to be automatic qualifiers from the Big Ten. I'm not down with that, man.
Well, the only bad thing about it is it's like any given year, it ain't gonna like. One year they may have 9 teams that are really good. One year they may have 2 teams that are really good. What sucks is the thing I hate about having automatic qualifiers is every year the same conferences aren't going to have the same amount of top 10, top 12, top 15 teams. That's the part that sucks about it. That's why it's like, man, can we just put the best 12 and who cares what conference they're in? Like if one conference gets a bunch of teams in that year, then hey, good job for you guys that year. And then the next year, maybe these guys get more teams in. Good job for them. But it would be nice if we could just get the best 12 teams in somehow, some way.
I think that's where it's headed, man. I mean, I think you gotta have more. I think you gotta have more home playoff games at the schools. I mean, dude, the atmosphere Friday night in Norman looked crazy, and the game day guys kept saying how nuts the atmosphere was. That was awesome. They need to do that more. I mean, that's going to happen every night game for the playoff. Anywhere they have it, it's going to be awesome like that.
The first two rounds should be on campus, and then maybe the semifinals. Just the top 4 should be neutral site, not the just the first round, because that sort of sucks for the 1 seed. They don't get a reward.
That's
I
right.
mean, I think, you know, if you got the top 16 going, man, let the top 8 host the bottom 8 at home, you know, and fucking just roll from there, you know, and I mean, the bowl games, man, are just, they're kind of pointless, you know. It's just like, you calling this the Rose Bowl where Bama plays Indiana, that's fine, but I mean, it's just the playoff, man. Like, what's the point of calling it the Rose Bowl? That's irrelevant.
They're patronizing them.
It's irrelevant.
Right.
Well, Thunder brings up a good point, not to forget about 50 Cent. I think everybody's got to admit, that was awesome.
Yeah, it's real awesome because it motivated our team.
It did. It did. It had Ty Simpson and all them jumping all over the place. But it was an unbelievable atmosphere, man. It looked crazy. It looked crazy cool, man. It looked really good.
I heard a rumor that Alabama practiced with that song on their PA system all week in practice, or the last 2 weeks in practice.
I don't know. Maybe.
Hey, rumor has it y'all stole the hard to kill phrase from Georgia.
Oh, is it really?
Yep, that's the
I don't
word.
know.
Said Kirby Smart and them came up with that first.
Right.
I don't know.
Notre Dame, man.
Right. They stole. Notre Dame stole from us, so I guess we
They
stole
did.
from Georgia.
Y'all stole from Georgia.
Hey, but Georgia didn't get 50 Cent though to come out and sing the song though.
Hey, can I say something though? Can I say this? James Madison just scored the same amount of points in the playoffs as Miami and A&M. 13 points.
What's the score?
Oh, wow.
34-13.
Well, now.
Wow.
Maybe
Wow.
they
Hey,
can-
you never know, man. If they can score one more, I mean, it is just the beginning of the second half, ain't it? Like,
Are they going to pull a Texas A&M? Is James Madison going to be the Texas A&M of the playoffs and come back from, what was it? They were down to South Carolina. They were, what, down 28 or some shit? Or what was it, 31-3 or some shit? They come back and, it's 30-3. South Carolina was up 30-3 on A&M, and A&M
Yeah.
come back and beat them 27
Yeah, they
down.
were up 27. They were up 27, and A&M's outscored them 28-0 in a damn second half.
hey, one thing I do got to say though to Outlaw and all the other Alabama fans though, I got to give them credit for coming to Norman. That was an awesome, awesome atmosphere down there. I was down there in Norman, and I didn't go to the game. I hung out outside the stadium, and the atmosphere was awesome. Like 50 Cent coming out was great. The crowd was A+. Everything was awesome. And Alabama, and then they go up 17-0, and Alabama figures out a way to outscore us 34-7 on the road with that environment and find a way to win. I mean, and I told myself going into this game, I was like, dude, Alabama's had some struggles at the end of the year and the running game all year. Oklahoma's had struggles with their running game all year. And maybe one of these two teams are going to get hot. And maybe whoever does win this game, maybe they'll get hot. Maybe they'll be able to make a run. They'll get to play Indiana, and then after that, they're going to play. I'm guessing it might be Oregon or unless Texas Tech. It could be Texas Tech that beats Oregon. I really think that could be a pretty good game with those two. And then after that, I mean, there's a good chance. I was thinking whoever won that game, it could kind of spark them into a nice little run. I mean, I'm not saying Alabama's going to do what Ohio State did last year, but who knows, dude? They pulled off a win. I would be if I was an Alabama fan and I pulled that off at Oklahoma like that, dude, I would be really proud.
I don't give Georgia too much credit in that game. I mean, Georgia beat us, but give them a short field all night, and we had 10 starters out. And Georgia, we're talking about how great Georgia's playing now. They struggle with Georgia Tech. They only beat Georgia Tech 16-9. It's not like they dominated Georgia Tech, man.
And their quarterback had like 70 yards passing against Georgia Tech.
Exactly.
And, I mean, and like you said, Alabama was missing a lot of starters in that game. And that's another thing with Alabama, dude. They avenged their loss with Oklahoma. They split the games with Georgia. And then you had the deal with Florida State. That was at the very beginning of the year. But they are a talented team that if they get hot at the right time, who knows what can happen. I know I'm going to be rooting for them, dude. I want to see Alabama continue to do really well. It'll make us look bad if they don't. And so, yeah, I want to see them do well.
The mighty Quack Attack has just scored. It is now 41-13.
They can't stop them from scoring, so
No,
it don't matter what they do now. They done got up to the point where they can just hold serve, and
Right.
and the game will be over. Mundle Puff says you're definitely from the South. I would think it'll be all four of us. Who are you referring to? I think all four of us are from the South, Mundle Puff.
I'm from the South.
I am too.
What does geography have to do
We
with
gave it away.
I'm from the damn Bronx. I don't know what the hell you talking about.
Are you really from the
Are
Bronx?
you a TCU fan?
I ain't from the no. I'm just being a smart ass.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Spanish Harlem, some bitches.
You do sound like the least.
it's horrible.
You do sound like the least Southern person in here. You don't have a profound accent like I do.
Well, it's Texas. It ain't the dirty South.
Hey, listen. The Silver Fox is sophisticated, man. He's
I
not.
know.
He's
That's
not
why I
sound
brought him
like-
over here, man, so we can have some sophistication.
Yeah,
I'm well traveled, sir.
that's what I'm saying.
But
Hey, I've actually been to a game at y'all stadium at TCU. I had a good time there until that very last play. But OU actually played Navy at TCU Stadium last year. And I was at that game, and man, it was a pretty cool campus out there, man. That stadium, we had a good time. I went out there, there was like 10 of us that all went. And now the traffic was, I don't know who thought it was a good idea to have the bowl game. I think it was a Friday game like this one yesterday. And I don't know who thought it was a good idea to have 11 a.m. game where the game's over at like 3 or 4. You leave the TCU stadium and you drive directly into 5 o'clock traffic for Dallas Fort Worth area. It took us like 9 hours to get home, dude. But we had a good time though.
Should be a night game.
It should have been a night game. It really should have been.
yeah, there's about 1.5 million people in Fort Worth now. Another 3 in Dallas. And
Right.
that's not including surrounding areas anymore. It's getting ridiculous.
San Antonio's getting pretty big too, right? San Antonio's got like 2 million people in it.
They're
Yeah,
all
getting
getting
there.
big, man. They're all getting big. Houston's about to take over as the third largest city in the country to overtake Chicago. It's going to happen, I think, within the next 10 years or some shit like that.
They're smaller than DFW now.
It's crazy.
Houston smells like asshole. Let's just be honest. It's not good down there.
I'm not a huge fan, but I'm not a huge fan of DFW either. I'm not. You know.
I'm a fan of Fort Worth. I live in Fort Worth. I don't live in Dallas.
There's
Screw
a big
Dallas.
difference. Yeah, there's a big difference.
Here it is. A bunch of uppity bastards over there. I'm over here with Billy Bobs.
Yeah. Yes, right. You hanging with the Bubbas.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right.
But
Mundle Puff, where are you from? Where is Mundle Puff from? That's what I want to know.
Right.
Mundle Puff.
JPC, do you know who Mundle Puff is? Who's Mundle Puff's team?
Never seen Mundle
Milwaukee,
Puff
yeah.
here before. The name sort of, I don't know, reeks of maybe, I don't know, Connecticut maybe or somewhere like that.
sounds like a Harry Potter character.
One of them libtard states. Probably one of them libtard states.
I wonder if they're from the South too, and they were just recognizing that we are. I don't know.
He's probably from that group that supports the made-up word people. You know, they call them transgenders, but it's not real. It's like fairy. It's like tooth fairies and Santa Claus, man. I got in trouble on TikTok really quick. They're more liberal than.
Oh yeah,
They banned me a couple of times for just talking about transgenders over
right. Yeah, they will.
there. You know,
I don't even have
transgender
TikTok.
volleyball out there at Santa Barbara Beach, where they play a transgender volleyball tournament with the Skittle shooters and all them out there in USC. Maybe I had to get him to come out. He's probably in the closet right now.
Hell yeah.
Probably
So
killing his
Alabama's
tail.
got Indiana next week, right?
Yep.
No, 2 weeks from now.
Well,
Do we?
the next game.
And you know what? That might be way too much time off. I don't like that 4-week layoff. If I was Indiana, I wouldn't like that shit.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's every 2 weeks. What is that dumb shit?
I don't mind 2 weeks, but theirs is like 4 weeks. They got 4 weeks off in a
Right.
row.
That makes no sense, man.
I know, but are they going to be rested or rusted? I mean,
That's
that is
exactly-
a long time off, man.
I'm hoping rusted.
I think, yeah, I mean, could they be like this year's version of Oregon? Like,
Yeah.
number 1 seed, went 13-0 in the regular season. They got a win on Ohio State. Luckily, Ohio State's kicker missed a field goal. And don't, dude, I've been a big fan of Indiana. Like on the parlay card, they're like the first team I checked. Indiana first team I checked. And I really enjoyed watching Indiana. I love their coaching staff, but I don't know if they like. Oh man, I'm gonna pick Alabama to win that game, man. I really am, dude.
Right.
And if Indiana wins it, then dude, they're gonna shock everybody again. But I feel like they're a good try hard team. Like they got a lot of guys that are 2- and 3-star recruits that are a bunch of misfits, kind of like what Brent Venables says. I think they stole that from us. I heard their quarterback say that after they beat Ohio State. So we're just a bunch of misfits that wasn't supposed to be here or whatever it was that he said. And they got a bunch of guys that are try-hard guys that are they've overachieved the last 2 years. And I don't know if they can keep it up. Like in the playoffs, they're going to have to win 3 difficult games in a row. I don't know if they'll be able to do it, but if they are, I mean, I'll give them their credit if they do it, but I'm going to pick against them, though, for sure. I think Alabama's going to whoop them.
It'll be interesting to see if Indiana's for real.
Yeah.
All right. But here's the thing. They already beat Ohio State, and Ohio State's pretty freaking for real, you know.
I get it,
So,
yeah.
You know,
I
and
gave
look,
them
I
a
wouldn't be
Oregon.
shocked if they beat Alabama, and it beat them bad from how they've looked previously. But like you said, you're into the second season now, 4
Right.
weeks off. It's probably going to be a much closer game than it may have already been.
What do you think the score? What would be your score prediction on that game? Like, if you had to pick it right now.
Right now, I mean, just with how Alabama looks, they won't be as rusty. I'll probably still go Indiana 2017 or something like that. I don't think it's going to, you know,
Right.
they both got really good defenses. Alabama's salty as shit. And,
Right.
you know, when you talk about recruits, Alabama's got the recruits.
Right. I
And-
know.
And DeBoer can still coach. I know people had a lot of doubts there, but the man can coach. He ain't Saban. He ain't never going to be Saban, but he can coach.
But he's not, but he ain't no bum either. His Washington team, man, was tough, dude. That last year that he had at Washington, that team was tough, man. And the deal with Indiana, I was telling, I've been talking them up for 2 years, and I was telling my buddy Chris, I was like, dude, Indiana is scrappy, dude. I love them. And I said, I don't know if they can compete with Oregon or Ohio State, man, but who knows? They might give them a good game. Well, they beat Oregon, and then they managed to beat Ohio State. And I know they needed Ohio State to miss the field goal and all that to win it, but still, they was able to win it. And that's when I figured out, like, okay, dude, they're not just the team who can win 11 games. They're now good enough to at least compete with the Oregon and the Ohio States. I want to see if they can compete with the Alabamas and the Georgias, and we're going to find out now. I mean, we're all going to know. But I mean, your score prediction though is fair. You said 20-17. I mean, it's fair. They're the number 1 team. They're 13-0. They beat Ohio State. They beat Oregon. And Alabama. You know, it also depends on which Alabama team we get in that game too. I mean, are we going to get the Alabama team that played Georgia the first time? You know, or are we going to get Alabama, you know, that lost to Georgia that one game and then lost to OU? Or are we going to get the Georgia team that beat OU and beat Georgia? So I don't know. We'll see, or we'll see what we get. But Alabama has gotten a lot of their players back, and I knew that would happen too. I was like, when I was watching them against Georgia, I was like, oh, I'm sure they'll all be back when they play us.
Yeah,
and a lot of them did come back. But it's going to be interesting. I can't wait.
Of course, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
I mean, the game that I'm probably most interested in, of course, being a Big 12 homer here, is Texas Tech. Because here's the they made BYU look like a G6 team. All right, they just did. They made them look like Tulane. They made them look like James Madison. And the thing is, BYU's really freaking good. Like they were kicking ass. They turned Utah into a bitch, and Utah's a good team.
Right.
But I mean, the score really didn't say it, but BYU dominated that game, both in the trenches, and then Tech just slapped them around like some little bitch for 4 quarters.
Yeah,
outside of one drive in the first part of the game.
If Texas Tech doesn't blow them out twice, they probably don't drop them that far. But the fact that they didn't compete in any of those games is probably what they held against them.
They still should have been the 10th seed. Screw Miami and Notre Dame. That's what I see.
Because Alabama at least split with Georgia. But Texas Tech didn't split. I mean, BYU didn't split with them. And both. What Texas Tech should have done was took their foot off the gas and let them stay a little bit closer.
It's not really their way out there in tortilla land, But I'm really interested in seeing them against Oregon. Just
me too.
I have a feeling they're going to shut Oregon shit down. I mean, they score a lot of points against James Madison, but that shit's about to stop real quick. Because I really want to see that defense get tested. All right, because you got to remember BYU still has a freaking rookie-ass quarterback straight out of high school. Was never supposed to start. And he's exciting. He's going to be good in a couple of years. He's not even, he's not even grown up yet. He still doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And he really doesn't look like he knows what he's doing against Tech. But, Oregon's going to push that defense a lot more. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing because, it's the elitist shit, especially in the media. You're a Big 12 team. It doesn't matter how good you are. They're always going to shit on you. They're not going or ignore you, not even talk about you. And I get it. You're going to talk about all these other teams that have big ratings because when you talk about them, then your stupid little show gets big ratings. But it's like, okay, but Texas Tech is kind of showing us something a little bit different. They're kind of looking like an Oklahoma or Texas when they were in the Big 12. They're just beating the shit out of everybody. I know they lost to Arizona State, but Arizona State is a hell of a damn team. Unfortunately, their quarterback went down for the last 4 or 5 games of the season, and they kind of screwed him for the year. But Sam Leavitt is a bad man. And, look, if BYU had Sam Leavitt, it may have been a different story. I don't know. That dude can will some shit to happen. He's good. I hate that he went into the portal, but, But, I'm really, I can't wait to see that. We got to wait 2 weeks for that freaking game, too. That's retarded.
Everybody's got to wait 2 weeks. Texas Tech's got that 4-week layoff, too. They might be rusty.
Yeah. Well, why don't we, have the quarterfinals at Easter? Why don't we do that shit? Let the weather warm up a little bit. Stupid shit.
Yeah. It used to be a lot worse than that, man. You used to have to wait like a month and a half before you played when it was just like the 4 teams and the 2 teams.
I know.
It was awful.
It's all been retarded every time. It's like, let's go.
Man, I am curious to see. I'm curious to see what happens with Texas Tech because, dude, I know they got dude up there that's donating a lot of money and they're competing with the big dogs in recruiting. There's been recruits that they're snagging from some of these big schools, dude. And I'm like, it's like, all right, Texas Tech, we see you. And he made a good point on hey, they're not just winning in the Big 12. They've been whooping some of these teams. And it does remind me a lot of when Texas whooped the Big 12 there last year, when you seen OU do it 14 times or however many times it was. And so it makes me think like, dude, maybe they are. And it's also weird seeing them win differently than we've seen them win the last 25 years. Like they're not just trying to outscore people, 63 to 56. Like they're winning with defense, man. And it looks like a different team. And they're definitely like they're getting some good recruits up there. And I got a buddy that's an OSU fan, and I've been telling him, like, bro, Texas Tech, man. That's the team you got to look out for, dude. They might end up like I know Jim Traber, he had said before the year started, he goes, dude, Texas Tech, I'm telling you guys, they're going to do something in the Big 12 for sure, and they might make a run in the playoffs. He's like, whatever the win total is in Vegas, he said, bet the over. He said, if it's 9 games, bet it. Bet that they're going to win more than 10. If it's 10, they might win more than 11. But whatever it is, bet the over on Texas Tech. And he ended up being right. I don't know what their over-under was on the win total, but I'm sure they went over it. So already, even if they don't win another game. But I'm excited to see what they do. And it's not like they're having to play Ohio State or Georgia the first game. They're playing Oregon. I think it's a beatable opponent. I don't think this Oregon team's as good as the one they had last year. So I think they can win it for sure.
A lot of people, it'll be interesting to see. I just don't know. I don't know what I think of Texas Tech, to be honest with you. So, or Oregon for that matter. So,
right.
I'm kind of curious to see it myself. But I do feel like Bama's going to beat Indiana soundly.
Chris Kemp sort of brings up a matchup that probably nobody wants to see outside the SEC. You're talking about a third matchup between Alabama and Georgia in the national title game.
Could happen.
That's what nobody wants to see outside the SEC. I don't think the SEC
I would love it
to see another Alabama-Georgia game.
I want it to be Alabama versus Ole Miss.
Alabama versus Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Ole Miss is another scrappy team that not a lot of people's talking about. Like everyone's talking about the 3 obvious ones, like Indiana and Georgia and Ohio State. But Ole Miss, dude, like that is a team, and I'm rooting on them because Lane Kiffin dipped out on them like Lincoln did to us and all that. And but dude, I was at the game when they come down here and they beat us, and they had a defense that's really, really scrappy. I don't think their defense is like elite, but their defense is still good enough. And then their offense, dude, like up until Alabama did what they did, they were the first team that was able to put up 34 points on OU's defense. And I remember thinking like, dude, this is a team I do not want to play again. I hope someone else knocks them out in the playoffs and we don't have to play them. And I could see them going on a little run. They seem like they're united with everything that's happened, and I think they're a team that you don't really want to mess around with. Like they could end up sneaking one on. Who knows? I'm interested to see what they do, just like I am with the Texas Tech and the Oregon game.
That'll be a real poke in the eye for Lane Kiffin.
It will.
Well,
yeah.
The uniforms they wore today, the gray pants with the Navy jerseys and Navy helmets, they wore those because apparently those were the ones Lane Kiffin hated.
I love it.
I wonder if Lane Kiffin gets a ring if they win the national title.
They're not coming it.
He gets $1 million if they do.
Does he?
Did y'all see Pete Golden interviewing with that chick at halftime? Either she was very tall or he's very short, man. And I didn't realize he was Frodo, man. He looked like Frodo compared to her, man. And he was really short. I didn't realize Pete Golden was that short, man.
Huh. I wonder how tall he is.
Either that or she's really tall. She might be really tall. I don't know.
She could have been wearing heels too.
Yeah.
Because, hey, I'll tell you, when it comes to coaches that aren't very tall, I know one that's really, really good, and he ain't very tall. Nick Saban.
Yeah, that's right.
Nick Saban. Yeah, 5'6", dude. And best college football coach I've ever seen. And then Kirby Smart, ain't he only like 5'9" or 5'10", his own self too?
I'm not sure how tall Kirby is. to be honest
I don't
with
know why. I want to say 5'9" or 5'10", but the Pete Golding guy though, yeah, he didn't look very tall standing next to that girl, and she may have been wearing some heels too that made it look worse. But
you. Probably one of them WNBA retirees or something.
Could be.
right.
Oh, Jack in the Box. It's probably got a Jack in the Box on it.
Hey, can I give a RIP to the Michigan program? They didn't get their coach apparently.
Well,
Who?
if
Which
he
one?
lost, when we was down 17-0, I look at my friends like, man, he acts like he's playing for the Michigan job.
God,
I was like, get your ass out of here, man. Go on.
They're either gonna end up with Fish or Dillingham.
I was gonna go on the transfer portal.
Dillingham already turned him down.
Oh, did he? Nice.
I was going to transfer to Oklahoma.
It took a 5-year extension with Arizona State, got up to about $7 million a year,
That's got to suck.
plus a shit ton of NIL money and money for his coaches. He said,
You
"Fuck
can't
you."
even take Arizona State's coach, man. I thought they were a blue blood, man. I thought they had all this money.
Top 3 jobs, they say.
Shit. All
Well,
that shit that's going on. Nobody wants to go there with all that shit going on.
Hell no.
Yeah. when your coach is breaking and entering to a woman's home, threatening to kill himself with a butter knife.
There you go. I was going to say butter knife shit, man. He threatened with a butter knife.
He's just going to spread himself to death right in front of her.
Can't kill myself.
It's a
We run down
better
here to
way
this
to
church and pray for
it's
my
a
ass.
more-
I'm fixing to get reamed out.
it gives you a smoother, more even cut.
He's going to get a
Actually,
smooth, more even cut
Right
in
the
prison.
opposite, actually.
He'll be like that show, The Oz, man. He's going to be somebody's bitch.
God,
Oz got-
what a mess, dude. That is a
running to Adebisi. Oh, Adebisi gonna get him.
I heard that Lincoln Riley might be interested in that job.
Michigan,
Yeah.
get the hell out of here. No way. There's
That'd be
no
crazy.
way. He would never. And they wouldn't. I
That'd
don't
be
think they would
hilarious.
take it.
You think I'm trolling, but I really heard that.
He's not a Michigan man. They want to have a Michigan man.
Yeah, their Michigan man is in jail.
The last few Michigan men they've had running through multiple sports have been kind of shady. I mean, Juwan Howard, Harbaugh, obviously. Connor Stallions? Isn't that the guy that did all of the cheating with the sign stealing?
Yeah.
And then you got what was the other guy that was on the offensive? Not just and Sharon, of course, but then there was another offensive coach that got investigated too. Was it Maines? Is that his last name?
It's a big old fat bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old Tubby. Yeah.
So they maybe they need to step away from the whole Michigan man thing for a little while.
You know, sometimes people go on these boards, these message boards, and they put these names out there, and then some of these affluent boosters on them boards, and they see those names, and sometimes they take that shit and run with it. So I'm gonna go on their boards, and I'm gonna start putting Brent Venables.
So does that mean that they're going to end up with Jed Fish? Is
Yeah,
Jed Fish
probably
still
Jed
here?
Fish.
Oh no, they were also talking to Drinkowitz. They were also
Oh, yeah.
talking to Drink.
I thought Drake had an extension, but maybe he's got. They can always do the buyout.
Well, he did get an extension, but that doesn't mean that he won't end up leaving. If he'll leave.
Yeah, Jeff,
I mean-
Jeff Fish ain't the most loyal son-bitch anyway. He'll go.
He jumps around like Saban used to jump around before he went to Alabama.
Well, I mean, maybe Michigan is his true calling.
I heard Bob Stoops was available. I heard he retired from the
Bob
UFL.
Stoops is about to become the next AD.
I've been hearing Bob Stoops' name in every head coaching job the last 6 years, man.
He's about to become the next AD at Oklahoma.
Ain't he from that area, like Ohio, Michigan area?
Yep. There
Who?
it is.
Bob Stoops, he's from Ohio.
He's from
Ohio, yeah.
Youngstown, I think. Yeah,
Youngstown.
Youngstown. Yeah.
Is he from Ohio or is it
Ohio, Youngstown, Ohio.
Youngstown, Ohio. Yep. You cracked the code on it, dude. That's who they're gonna get. Now, I think if I had to bet money on it, I'd put my money on Jed Fish. I
Jed
feel like
Fish, yeah, probably. I mean,
I think it's going
by
to be Drink.
default,
I think it's going to be Drink. I think
Y'all
Eli's
got
going to lead.
I'd go out to PJ Fleck, man. He's done a good job at Minnesota. I have to go out to PJ Fleck.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny though, man. It's funny that the two flagship schools in the Big Ten, or two of the flagship schools in Penn State and Michigan, neither one of them have had a very easy time filling the role of head coach. So they,
Chris Kemp's
They
there.
clearly
We call
still have
Brian Kelly.
their brand.
Chris
Penn
Kemp's
State did get a good one.
Say that again?
So Penn
Chris
State
Kemp,
did get a good one, though.
He's a big
Oh,
call
man.
Brian Kelly.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they fell ass backwards into it.
Yeah, that's after Satake turned them down and everybody else turned them down.
Yeah. Well, they got they lucked up. They fell ass backwards into it, man. Like I said, it wasn't like that's what they were trying to get apparently, but I think they got a damn good coach. Now, the interesting thing is, though, is it going to be a whole lot different than what James Franklin was? Maybe not. Maybe not.
They were stupid for firing Franklin. He's a good coach.
I agree.
Oh no! One bad year in what? 10 years, and you're gonna fucking fire him. So you sound like Nebraska.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's who I was. I bring them up a lot, man. They got rid of Frank Solich. I'm sorry, he was winning 9 games a year. That's not good enough. It's just ridiculous.
Pelini was winning 9 games a year, and they got rid of Pelini.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, Bo Pelini. You remember when he was here for 1 year in 2004? Yeah, he was at Oklahoma for 1 year, and then he went down there, and like y'all said, he was winning 9 games a year, and then they got rid of him, and then they sucked really bad for a decade of suck.
And that
And
game with him and he said his name, the Dominican Stu.
yes,
They had that second back on the clock, and Texas won and got the title game against Alabama.
yep.
My favorite was Brian Kelly leaving Notre Dame, saying he can't win a title there. Goes to LSU, shits the bed. Notre Dame plays for a title. So basically, Notre Dame can't win with you, not that you can't win with them.
That's right.
And then LSU has learned that.
I know.
Brian Kelly is, I think, the first coach this century that hasn't won a national title at LSU. Right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Saban won 1, Les Miles won 1. Even Ed Orgeron won a damn title.
Hey, speaking of of Coach O, dude. So I was listening. It was either KREF or Sports Animal, and it was they come on, and some people thought it was real. I knew it was a joke right away, but they're like, "All right, Michigan announces their coach. Coach, welcome back home," and it's Ed Orgeron on there, and. I guess it was AI or they edited it, but it was like and then they were like, "Oh my God, I thought that would be obvious that was fake. I didn't think I'd have to say it out loud, but yeah, guys, that was not real." And the other guy was like, "I can't believe we just put that on the radio, and now we got people texting on the text line. They're thinking it's real. Coach O is going to Michigan."
Speaking of former LSU coach being a Michigan coach, Les Miles is from Michigan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bobby Boucher.
Les Miles, in fact, if you remember correctly, Les Miles was going to leave LSU for the Michigan job at one point, and he ended up staying on with LSU. That was when they got what was the name of that guy they hired? That would have been like 2000.
Brady Hoke.
Was it Rich Rod?
That's him. Brady Hoke. That's exactly right.
Oh,
Yeah, Brady Hoke. That's the fat bastard.
Yeah. Yep, that's him.
Get in my belly.
Yes, he played at Michigan. That's correct. He played offensive line at Michigan, believe it or not.
Huh.
Damn sure wasn't wide receiver. I'll tell you that.
No. That's a fact. What is little
Flavor
eat
food
grass nonsense?
So we all got going to the title game.
Was that the fattest head coach? What do you think?
Probably Mike Mangino.
Oh yeah, there is
Mark
Mangino.
Mangino.
That's the biggest guy I ever saw. Him and Charlie Weiss were both pretty damn big, wasn't they? Wasn't Charlie Weiss pretty big at Notre Dame?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, he's a pretty good size, old boy.
He carried it better than Mangino, though.
All right.
That motherfucker's rolls had rolls.
That's right.
Mangino,
That's why
actually did.
Mangino eventually got fired, was because he was fat. It had nothing to do with him being he was a good coach, but because he was fat, he ended up losing his job.
I mean, he took Kansas to the Orange Bowl.
That's what I'm saying.
And won.
Yeah, I think they played Wake Forest or somebody. It was like
It's Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech, and they played some.
I think it was Virginia Tech, yeah. And they beat them.
He was a good coach. He was a good coach for sure.
Talk about a fall from damn grace for Virginia Tech. My God, you see them this year?
Yep.
Yeah, they're on the way up though. I think James Franklin's going to do well at Virginia Tech.
There's only one way to go.
Yeah, that I think they're on their way. I think
That's a good spot for
especially
him.
considering it's in the ACC. I mean, it sets up perfect for them.
That's a good spot for him. You won't have as much pressure on him, and
They'll
Won't be-
appreciate the hell out
he
of
won't be
it.
lacking resources like he was at Vanderbilt. But
If
now
he
Vanderbilt's stepping up, man. The city of Nashville's getting behind them.
Yeah, they are. Yep. And
see-
players are not gonna mind moving to Nashville. They're gonna love it.
I wouldn't mind moving to Nashville.
Me either.
I
So
love
you get
Nashville.
Virginia Tech good, and then just in time for them to go to the Big 12. So that's good.
You're right about that now. They're going to fall apart in 2030, and it's going to be just the big three.
Yep.
It's very possible.
Yep. No big brands here, just the best of the tier 2, sir.
Somebody's going to emerge, and it looks like it's going to be Texas Tech with all that money, man. Wouldn't surprise me if Texas Tech end up joining the SEC one day.
Their viewership ain't good enough for the SEC. I don't give a shit how much money they got.
Nobody won't live
Mississippi
in
State's got
Lubbock.
bigger viewership, but I mean, Ole Miss got better viewership. Hell,
Really?
Arkansas got better viewership than Texas Tech.
It's
I love
'cause they're-
Texas Tech, but let's just be honest.
They're out in the middle of nowhere, man. They're out there in the middle of the desert in Lubbock.
That's a fact.
I've never been to Lubbock. I heard it's way the hell out there.
Texas Tech would fit in the SEC. I mean, truthfully, they would.
I mean, they've always come up short. Texas Tech has.
They have. You're right about that. But man,
That's why that fan base has never grown past West Texas. See, Tuscaloosa has won a lot. Therefore, they got nationwide fans. Oklahoma won a lot. They got nationwide fans. You know,
you're right.
Texas Tech has never won jack shit. So, therefore,
Well,
they got a little
difference-
regional
the
area.
difference between Oklahoma and Alabama and Texas Tech is they're around pretty big cities. Norman's not far from Oklahoma City, and Tuscaloosa's only an hour from Birmingham. Lubbock's way the hell out there, ain't nothing next to it, right?
Right.
You're
I
about
know.
hour
far
and a half, 2 hours from DFW.
are they?
Oh, is
Ain't
it
that
that
bad.
close? Oh,
Look,
Ain't that bad.
Lubbock,
Lubbock, it ain't that bad of a drive out there.
really?
You're thinking El Paso. That's like 2 days to the west.
How far away is like Midland, Odessa from Fort Worth?
That's like 2 hours.
Is it that close?
It ain't
Holy
that bad.
shit.
I thought
Ain't that
Midland,
bad.
Odessa, and El Paso and Lubbock were like third world country kind of deal, man.
Well, it's
No.
like, like Austin's like 2.5, 3 hour drive from DFW.
You
Yeah,
must be doing 115 miles an hour or something.
Well, the speed limit's 80.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
what I'm
close.
saying.
You can fly on 35.
You're doing
I mean,
They're different in Texas, that's for sure, man. There's like a little game you play when you drive to Dallas. Try to make sure nobody passes you, and you will get there really, really fast.
Man, I went down there, and y'all like the German Autobahn down there, man. Yes, I was doing about 75 minutes. I just come back, whoa.
I know.
My car's shaking all over the place and shit.
Yeah, they'll run your ass over in Texas, dude. They drive fast down there, man.
Houston's the worst. Driving through Houston is the freaking worst. I was going 75. Like you said, I had a whole line of people, including a cop, going like 105. He wasn't chasing nobody. He's just in the flow of traffic. Super old freaking lady who, driving like this shit, 95, just leaving me in the dust. I'm like, crazy sons of bitches in this town. I mean, DFW will go 75, 80 on you. Good God, 100? They're going 100.
It's terrible.
And I drove through Houston coming back to San Antonio, man. That shit scared the hell out of me. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, it's a lot worse than San Antonio. San Antonio's not all terrible, to be honest with you. But man, Houston's bad. Houston is not good, man. Dallas though isn't great either, dude. It's not awesome either. I'm not a fan.
Our problem is a lot of dumbasses from California has made it out here.
Yeah, well,
they are stupid as shit. Now we got the truck nut good old boys out here that think they got the number 3 painted on the damn truck. And they think they're all Dale Earnhardt and shit. You ain't rubbing, you ain't racing. We got that. But as long as you get out of the way, get in the slow lane, you're okay. But it's the assholes I can't freaking stand. Just want to like pass in front of you with 2 inches in front of the bumper and shit.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah, I thought that was in the fucking Talladega 500 or some shit, man. I thought like it was like Days of Thunder Part 2. Rubbin's racing.
It's how it is, man.
Go outside, you can't hold.
I got smashed. Somebody smashed into the back of me the other day on I-45. It's some dude from Mexico with no insurance. I was like, man, you got your license? He's like, yeah. And he gave me his freaking license from Mexico and his paperwork. And I'm just like, man, what am I supposed to do with this? I was like, just get on out of here, man. Shit. And he's like, oh, my bad. I'm like, yeah, you're bad. It means nothing. It's not helping shit. Just get out of here.
This guy here says the second round games are going to be great, though, better than last season, in my opinion. Hey, what do y'all think? Y'all think they're going to be better than last year?
Well, there's only one good game last year.
Right. They should be good. They should be good.
All top 4 seeds lost last year because they had the seeds all messed up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm excited about every one of them. I can't wait.
Arizona State should have beat Texas. They sort of screwed Arizona State in that game.
Right. That would have looked terrible for Texas. That would have looked bad for us in the SEC.
Was that last year? It was last year, right? Arizona and Texas.
Yeah. Like y'all leave the Big 12, go to the SEC, and then you get whooped by a Big 12 team in the playoffs. That would have been terrible. And every one of the guys in the Big 12, like you, would have been loving it, laughing, and it would have been very deserving.
The Big 12's already won a game. Like he said, they beat Michigan.
They did.
People forget that. They want to make fun of them for losing that game by a lot of points, but they did win a playoff game.
Well, I am an OU fan. I have no reason to take up for TCU, and I take up for them every time somebody brings that up because I hear people say, why was TCU in it? Well, they were in it because they beat Oklahoma, they beat Texas, and they beat Michigan. So if you want to blame anybody, blame Oklahoma, blame Texas, and blame Michigan for losing to TCU. Like,
right.
I mean, we can't act like they didn't do that, And I think they beat Oklahoma State too. It was decent. I mean, so yeah, we can't act like they didn't beat 3 big brands to get there. Like, what happened was Georgia was a really, really good team, and TCU didn't play their best, dude. TCU had a really bad game. Georgia, they found a mismatch. They exploited it over and over, I guess. But yeah, we can't act like they didn't beat Texas. They beat Oklahoma and they beat Michigan, and they beat the shit out of Oklahoma that year. Like that I remember it very well.
Georgia that year was one of those teams when they're hot, nobody was beating them. Nobody. Right. When they were on, they were just freaking on. It's like some of those Alabama teams during the Saban era, you know, when they were, you know, if they came to play, you're dead. It didn't make a shit what was on your helmet or how much money was spent with you or nothing else. Didn't matter. Didn't matter what conference you were in, they were going to kill you. They were just scary-ass teams. Georgia was a scary-ass team. They weren't – I don't think they were as good as they were the year before because it was back-to-back championships. Right. The year before, they were better. They were more consistent. But the second year, they were just as good, but they were games where they were just mailing shit in or walking through and barely beating teams. And I'm like, oh, I hope that team shows up. Fuck no. The best team on the planet showed up.
Right. I know.
One quarter. Tough, one quarter is all it took. I was fuck.
Right. See, if that would have happened in the first round, then I would get on board with they didn't belong in it. But like that didn't happen in the first round. They beat Michigan, and that same Michigan team ended up winning it, I think, the very next year after that. Yeah. And then they beat the piss out of my Oklahoma Sooners. And then they also beat Texas, which had beat my OU Sooners 49-0 that year. So like and they beat that team. So yeah, to say they didn't belong, it's like, well, let's blame the three big dogs that they beat. They did beat three big schools, man, and you can't take that from them. And I have no reason to like argue for them or anything like that. I'm just calling what I seen. Like they did beat Michigan, they did beat the piss out of Oklahoma, and they also beat Texas that year. So if anyone wants to blame it, like you got to blame it on that. But
yeah, and you just kind of got to give it up to fucking Georgia. They're gonna beat the shit out of anybody that year.
Yep.
When they came to play, everybody was dead. Dead meat. Didn't matter. If Michigan had beat TCU, it would have been Michigan getting their ass whooped and embarrassed on live TV.
Right. And I mean, and it's also like we've seen some of the big schools get beat like that too. Like Tennessee last year got smoked, and my Oklahoma Sooners got smoked by LSU. Like even some of the big schools that's got a bunch of blue chip players all up and down the roster. It can even happen to them, but it's part of it.
Yeah, I'm being lazy tonight, Chris. That's why I brought three people here so I could just sit back and so I'm laid back listening and observing. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm going to pounce on something here in a little bit.
Hey, that's how I'd be too if my team won last night. I'd be sitting back and enjoying my playoff run.
Well, hold on. There's one thing I've been wanting to bring up. There's a live stream y'all did a few weeks back. Y'all talked about Tennessee coming on into the Big 12 and just taking over and beating the shit out of the Big 12. Just they'd rule the Big 12. Yeah, Utah fans thought that shit too. That's all I want to say. Utah, back-to-back Pac-12 champs. Look at us. Whoa, they come on in here.
Well, Utah's from the Pac-12, not from the SEC.
Right.
Hey.
And we didn't got to. We won't have to send Tennessee. We'll just send Vanderbilt over there. They whoop y'all's ass too. How about that?
Yeah, all the SEC ain't equal. This ain't Alabama coming in this bitch. It's a Tennessee.
We don't have no cupcakes in our conference. Y'all got built-in cupcakes in y'all's conference, man.
And you don't?
No.
You don't?
State. Mississippi
You've seen
State,
Arkansas this year. You've seen Arkansas this year.
Mississippi State beat Arizona State. Y'all's fourth best team, man.
Oh, game one. Who gives a shit?
Around, man.
FSU beat fucking Alabama the week one. They don't even have week one shit.
Arkansas's offense was legit. They had one of the best quarterbacks in the country. If Arkansas is in any other conference, including
how many games did they win this year, Arkansas?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The competition that they played was tough. I'm just trying to tell you, man.
We know if we put Mississippi State over the Big 12, they would have been fourth because Arizona State was fourth.
There's no way. If Arkansas played in the Big 12, they finished top 3.
No, what the? Who? What? Who the fuck are they beating? You ain't getting Baylor every week.
Down the list. Let's go down the list, Outlaw. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up.
Are they beating Texas Tech?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Arkansas going to beat Texas Tech.
No, I'll give you Texas Tech. All right, let's be fair about it. Texas
Are
Tech.
they beating? Are they beating BYU?
Yes.
No, you haven't watched any BYU games. That ain't happening. Are they beating Utah? No, they're not. Utah would dominate them.
But
Okay,
what?
keep going. Keep going.
If it's been played in Arkansas, Arkansas beat them.
Hold on. Keep going.
Keep going. They
Yeah.
couldn't beat TCU.
Get to the rest of the conference.
They couldn't beat TCU.
Yes, this year they're beating TCU.
No, I doubt it. They'd have a 50-50 shot against K-State.
No, dude.
Dude, K-State's way better than you think. They just shit the bed.
No. Dude, that's my, listen.
They couldn't beat Houston. I'll tell you that.
What?
Who's
Houston. Have you seen Arizona play, the Wildcats?
You talking about the basketball team?
No, I'm talking about the
No, you
football
ain't
team, the
talking about
9-3
football.
football team. The 9-3 football team.
So far, you've picked them to lose every game in the Big 12.
No, they got a shot against Baylor, UCF. You got a shot against Colorado. Everyone's beating Colorado this year.
Except for Iowa
Arkansas can
State.
beat Colorado.
Iowa State didn't beat them.
Well,
How
So
did
we're-
that happen, by the way? How did Iowa State let Contime beat them? I just wondered, man.
Hey, I'll be as fair as I can, dude. As an OU fan, I was a long time like Big 12 guy, and like, dude, I'm so sick of they're biased with the Big 10 and the SEC, and we don't ever get no credit. And the reason why we didn't get no credit is we didn't. I mean, when we go to the playoffs from the Big 12, other than TCU beating Michigan, which that's great, we finally had one, but if the Big 12, and I would say this when OU was in the Big 12, if we want respect, we need to win a championship. That's how we get respect. The Big 10, they've won 2 in a row, and the SEC won a ton. But the one thing I will say, the biggest difference, because my team played in the Big 12 for a long, long time, and now they've been in the SEC. And the biggest difference, we can talk about Arkansas. That's the worst team in the SEC. But the biggest difference is in the SEC, Oklahoma had to, like, we were used to, like, okay, we got to play Texas. And then there would be one other team. We could pencil in about 9, maybe 10 wins. And there would be Texas and then 1 or 2 others that might beat us. And now in the SEC, instead of playing Texas Tech and then the next week Kansas, and then the next week we might play West Virginia, and then the next week it might be TCU, and the next week it might be Baylor. Now we're playing Tennessee, Texas, LSU, Alabama, Ole Miss, LSU. Like, it was just bam, 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 every week, man. And even your guys like Ole Miss even your guys like Auburn, dude. Like, they were tough. And even your guys like Vanderbilt now went 10-2. And it's like a holy shit, dude. Where are the guaranteed wins in this conference? It's big brand after big brand after big brand. And then we screwed up and scheduled Michigan also, which I know we did that 10 years ago, but it just added more. But I was like, yeah, this is big difference. And in Missouri, they were in the Big 12 with us. A&M, they was in the Big 12 with us. And it's just a deal where there's just more big brands with blue chip players and more games that are like you can't pencil in a win, and that's the biggest difference from it for me.
They just asked that kid Caleb Downs, who transferred from Alabama, who's currently playing at Ohio State. I think he's a what is he, Jesse? He's a safety, isn't that what he plays?
Yeah.
He just said it himself, man. They just asked him, what's the difference between the SEC and the Big Ten? Now, you would think, since he's playing at Ohio State right now, that he would be trying to paint it as pretty as he can for the Big Ten. And he said it himself. In the SEC, you got to play big-time competition every single week. There's no break from it. In the Big Ten, you got to get up for 4, maybe 5 games. That's what he said.
Right.
So I think that's what is true. Again, from top to bottom, like, you can make fun of an Arkansas or a Mississippi State, but I'm here to tell you, you go have to play Mississippi State in Starkville when it fucking waving those damn cowbells around, and they're better than you think. And the same thing goes for Arkansas. Y'all acting like Arkansas sucks, but I'm here to tell you, Arkansas's offense can score points on damn near anyone. So they don't, and they have athletes, dude. Like that's the other thing.
So can Baylor. Baylor this year was one of the best offenses in the country.
Hey, Baylor's a good team to bring up. Baylor, that's a great one. What did they do against Auburn, who is one of our bad teams in the SEC?
No,
I mean,
they got beat.
One of our bad teams who also has a great roster.
Well, here's where I disagree.
At Baylor.
Y'all got money. Okay, I'm not trying to tell you Big 12 is on par with SEC football.
I don't think you're saying that. I get it.
Y'all's top end teams they would kick the ass of the Big 12. They would come in and they would just rule it. Look at what OU's track record in the Big 12. That's what it shows you. You know, Texas has had great years, and if Georgia was in the Big 12, yes, they would run the Big 12. There's no doubt.
Right.
But I'm not going to give that to the lower end guys in the SEC. I'm just not. They don't have the track record.
I get what you're saying.
That's fair.
They don't have the recruiting of the other teams. They don't have the money. They're closer to a Big 12 program. Arkansas is closer to being a Big 12 program than they are to actually being an SEC program. They're just in the SEC.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm about to go pick my wife up from work. I can keep this running if y'all want to take it over for me until I get back, or we can shut it down now.
I got it bouncing about.
I know, I do too. My phone
actually.
But hey, I get what you're saying, man.
Good, guys.
Yeah, good luck. And hey, I get what you're saying, buddy. Hey, we were in the Big 12 for a long time, and it was frustrating whenever I would hear. I would say the same thing you just said. I'd say, okay, I get it, dude. If it's Alabama in there, if it's Georgia in there in the Big 12, yes, they would run the Big 12. But it would frustrate me when I would hear people say, our 3-9 SEC team could win the Big 12 every year. That would get where I'm like, all right, now y'all's overdoing it, dude. So I get what you.
I just like busting the silver fox's chops. I gotta be honest. I just like.
Well, that one gets under my freaking skin. That's all.
I know it does. Hey man, listen. No disrespect. I'm usually just playing around. Clearly, I mean, TCU has proven it. They made it to the national championship game, so clearly they can do it.
Here's the thing: we don't have a shot to do it every year. We can't. Every few years we could build up a Texas Tech or someone like that who has the resources, has the right coach, the right quarterback, all that stuff, and then the team can go compete. We're the Cinderella Conference. It ain't the G6. It's the Big 12.
No, that's right. I agree with that. And
Cinderella has to be able to win once in a while.
In any given, no, you're right. In any given year, the Big 12 could put up, a couple of teams that are legit contenders for sure. I mean, there's no doubt. And the other thing too is, the interesting thing is, like, I would almost put getting through the Big 12 as, I'd have to really look at this, but they're probably better top to bottom too than like a Big 10. Again, I think the Big 10 is like, and then the ACC is no question about that.
Yeah.
But the Big 10 is just like, their top teams obviously are heavy hitters, but dude, you start getting into their bottom feeders, and they're terrible.
Right.
Rutgers and flipping Minnesota and Northwestern and I mean, like they're terrible.
Yeah.
So
it gives those teams more penciled wins for sure. But I do think like when it comes to the Big Ten, I don't clown on them. I think they are top heavy. They're heavy hitters are heavy hitters for sure. Like Ohio State is definitely a heavy hitter this year, and I like Indiana. But yeah, they like when it comes to the ACC, it's definitely, I would say, SEC, Big Ten, and Big 12, and then you got everybody else for sure. And when it comes to the Big 12, someone on this comment here said, would it have been Oklahoma or Texas that would have won the Big 12 this year if they were still there? I mean, honestly, probably would have been Texas. Maybe that would have won it, I guess, or Texas.
Either one of them could have. I mean,
But, I mean,
James
he
Madison, by the way, 26 points, 26-48. I'm kind of surprised by that.
Hey,
But there's only 10 and a half minutes left in the fourth quarter.
that makes me feel real good for Texas Tech.
right. I'm
That
telling
makes me feel real good for Texas Tech.
you, absolutely.
I like Tech's chances against Oregon if they win. Guys, I got to bounce, man, but I appreciate it. It's good hanging with y'all. I'm sure we'll do this again sometime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited to watch it, dude. Well, I'm
man.
excited to see all
Y'all
those
be
games.
good.
Absolutely. Y'all take it easy, guys.
Take it easy, man. Well, it's just me. Should I just take the damn thing? No, I'm not going to take it. For everybody that loves Outlaw of College Football, thanks for joining the damn show. Someone's got to close it out the right way. Anyway, Numbskull News here saying later.